Hello, I'm Improper from justtutors.com, and in today's video we are going to learn about fractions. So the main topics which we are going to cover in this video are proper fractions, comparing fractions, and after that we'll have a quick discussion about fractions on a number line. So here are a few warm questions for you. You can pause the video and you can give them a try, and once you're done with the given questions you can resume the video to check your answers. We'll pat you back if all of your answers are correct, and now let's move forward towards the next slide and let's have a quick discussion about proper fractions. So we can say that a fraction having top number, which is called numerator, less than its bottom number, which is called denominator, we say that that's a proper fraction. For example, if you look at the given example, here the numerator is 1 and the denominator is 2. So that's a perfect example of a proper fraction. So let's do a quick activity. We'll try to figure out some proper fractions here on the number line. So you can take a pause and we'll circle all the proper fractions on the given number line. So let's look at the first fraction, that is 1 over 6. So 1 is the numerator, 6 is the denominator, and 1 is less than 6, and that's why that's a proper fraction. And so is the case with all the circled fractions over there. So now let's try one more question. You can pause the video here and you can try to write some proper fractions here of your choice. So it could be any fraction where the numerator is less than the denominator. For example, it could be something like 7 over 8, it could be 8 over 10, and so on. So that was all about proper fractions. So let's move forward towards the next slide and we'll do a quick question there. So we'll be finding out the values pointed by the letters on the number line. So please pause the video and give this question a try. Well, congratulations if all of your answers are correct, and now let's move forward and we'll have a quick discussion about improper fractions. So a fraction having top number greater than its bottom number or denominator is known as improper fraction. For example, if you look at the given example, that is 8 over 6. So 8 is the numerator here and 6 is the denominator, and as we can see that the numerator is bigger than the denominator, so we can say that's an example of an improper fraction. So you can take a pause here and you can think of writing few examples of improper fractions at your own. So it could be any example of a fraction where the numerator is bigger than the denominator. So now let's move forward and let's do a quick activity related to improper fractions. So we'll be finding all the improper fractions on the number line, and after that we'll try to figure out that which of these fractions are improper fractions. So we'll be putting circle around them. So please take a pause and try the given questions. We'll pat you back if all of your answers are correct, and now let's move forward and we'll be having a quick discussion about comparing fractions. So we often need to know when one fraction is greater or less than the other fraction. So to work it out, what we can do is we can try to simplify the other fraction to compare, or there could be another case where we have the same denominators. So you can look at the given example, 3/4 and 2/4. So if the denominators are same, we can compare easily by just looking at the numerators. So if you compare between these two fractions, we can say that 3 is greater than 2, so this fraction is the bigger fraction. And now let's talk about the next case, so where the denominators are different and the fractions cannot be simplified further. So in that case, what we need to do is we need to first convert both of the fractions into the same denominator by finding the common multiple. For example, if we talk about the given question, so here we list down the multiples of 5 and the multiples of 8, and we found that 40 is the common multiple of 5 and 8. So what we'll do is we'll try to convert both the denominators to a 40. And so the rule says that whatever you do to the bottom, we'll do the same thing at the top. So 5 times something gives you a 40. We'll work it out that 5 times 8 gives us 40. So we'll times the numerator, which is 3, with the 8 as well. So that is 24 at the top. Now we'll do the same thing with the another fraction. So 8 times something gives you 40 at the denominator. So we've worked out with the help of times table that 8 times 5 is 40. So we'll be timesing the numerator, which is 5, with a 5. And now as we can see that the denominators are same, we can easily compare between the fractions by looking at the numerators. So we can say that the fraction 25 over 40 is bigger, or 5 over 8 is bigger than 3/5. So here we have learned three strategies about comparing fraction. The first one is that you can try to simplify the fractions to get a common denominator. The next strategy was, if the denominators are already same, you can just look at the numerators to compare between them. And if the denominator are different, first we'll convert them to a same denominator by the concept of common multiples, and after that we'll compare between the numerators. So that was all about comparing fractions. Let's move forward, and here are a few practice time questions for you. You can pause the video here and you can give them a try, and once you are done with the given questions, you can resume the video to check your answers. Well, congratulations if all of your answers are correct, and thank you for watching this video. For more, please visit justtutors.com.